Well, hello there. Welcome to this week's video. I'm Karen from karenantara.org. We are a force to be reckoned with as humans. The problem is that really we have no clue of our own power. We've been suppressed, we've been downtrodden here on this planet. We've been led to believe that we are powerless and we need to be governed and controlled. Those at the top have deliberately tried to take our power. Yet, to be honest, we've given it freely. For the most part, unconsciously, don't realize that we're giving our power away in that way. But we believe we have to go along with what they say. That's not an empowered state for us to be in. We are not empowered as a race of people, humans, regardless of our skin color or our genetic history. We, as people, as humans, really, we are disempowered. We don't know our own power. If we all stood up to the controllers, then our power would become evident. But instead, we fight amongst ourselves. That's deliberate by them, and it's by design. We argue about whose race is best, whose religion is best, whose football team is best, which celebrity did what, and whether he's innocent or guilty. You must see that this is a massive controlled agenda going on here. You must see that, surely. If you're listening to this video, I'm presuming that you do see that, but I really want to expand upon that as well. Do you see the manipulation of our consciousness? Do you get that? Because we can see that we're being controlled and manipulated and coerced. But really, I want to talk about our consciousness, and I want to take this to an energetic level, not just our physical limitation, with where we're allowed to travel, etc. Now the controllers, they throw down entertainment onto our TV screens every day so that we sit there consuming it like stuffed dummies. People sit there drinking beer, watching highly paid players chase a ball around. Then they go to work the next day and they recount their favourite parts, most exciting part of the game. Maybe they argue with the guys at work about, who should have won, who was in the wrong. Maybe they slag off a certain player who they think let the team down, and they call him names and they abuse him. And then they eat crap food all day. They stop in at the bottle shop on the way home and they do it all again the next night. And usually that's the men. But the women, we bitch about other women. Let's be honest. I'm trying to not be that person anymore. But in my less evolved state, I definitely was. And I'm not enlightened yet by any means. But let's be honest, women bitch about other women. We all know that. We criticize Hollywood actors, social media influencers, and then we strive to buy the latest fashion or the next thing that we got to have. None of us are innocent in this. We would hope that we evolve beyond those behaviours, and of course many, many of us have. But I'm talking about the general population. The thing is, living a life like that, like we did when we were asleep, right? We're not having a full life. Although our perception of what a full life is varies from person to person, of course. Some people go to the club and they gamble their hard-earned cash on pokie machines. That's if cash is still allowed, right? Some people go clubbing, they get drunk, they pick up someone and they go and have sex with them. Some people work all day at a job they hate. Then they go home to an abusive partner. Some people love their job because it's an escape from their abusive partner. Some people hate their job, but they're scared to make changes because they've got such massive bills to pay that they're literally chained to the job for fear that they might lose everything. So they're actually chained in the system. None of that is living a full and evolved life, though. You are not free in the expression of your soul if you're locked into 3D in that way. Now, the controllers throw into this matrix some little games for us to play, if we're interested. They throw in politics, referendums, mandates, things to put you in fear, climate change, the next fake virus coming along. They do that to put you in fear because there's a lot of heavy energy that's ripe for looshing when people are in fear. Because these dark forces, these controllers, are not human and they feed on that dark energy. I can't not say this anymore. There are many that are not human here. And they are predominantly in positions of power, but not just positions of power. They're scattered amongst the population too. The overlords lord over the people. I say that loosely in inverted commas. They lord over these people that appear to be in control. But those people in control are being controlled too. This goes up through the levels. Some of them know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what they're doing. Some of them are psychopaths. In fact, many of them are psychopaths, I would say. So they don't actually care if they harm other people, if they kill other people. They are often interbred with ET genetics, specifically for that reason, because they don't feel in the same way that a human does. So when they roll out certain things to inject into people, or certain pills to give people, or certain things to spray in the air, and things to put in the water that harm us, they don't care. They are bred to not care, to not feel, because that's their genetic ET breeding. This whole thing is massive. They give us stupid TV shows for us to sit and watch to keep us dumb. They give us shit, processed and fake food to make us sick. And we buy into all of that because we've forgotten our power. And we ignore our soul because we don't want to be religious, or we don't want to be too woo-woo, or we don't want to look different to our friends or our family. So we ignore this energetic soul part of ourselves. And I've got to say, even the people that are awakened, that are healers, psychics, many of them are only aware of a certain level of energy. Many of them have no understanding, no concept of this bigger thing that's going on here. Connecting with your soul is not religious or woo-woo, but we've been manipulated to forget that our power comes through our soul. And it is at this level, our soul, that we're talking about here, but that too is massive. There are many layers of that, of our consciousness. We're not just a soul. We could say the oversoul, the avatar, all of this is extended. We are massive. We are infinite potential, pure, infinite consciousness. And our potential, our power is there. But what has often happened to many of us is that we're not disconnected because we're never disconnected, but it's almost like we've turned our back on that part of ourselves. So we're only tuning into a snippet of what we truly are. We're so caught up in this matrix that we really can't see anything beyond it. Even those people that talk about, oh yes, we're evolving into 5D. 5D is just a snippet. We might know there's something more, but we think we can't access it, generally. Or we think that we're not able to get there yet, but we might be able to at some later date. Maybe we're too busy now. Maybe we might do it later. But what are we busy doing? Watching TV, working, having a bit of fun here and there, maybe. We think that accessing these higher realms, infinite consciousness, infinite potential, the quantum, that's the catch word lately. We think that other people can access that, but not us. If you're human, I presume you are, if you're listening to this, if you're human, you can access that. That is a part of you. It would be the same as forgetting that you've got your left leg or your right leg or your right arm. It's like you're forgetting a part of yourself. It's a little bit like forgetting that you have a back because you can't see it. You are all of that. You just choose to ignore it. If I told you that your life absolutely depended on your connection with your soul, now, actually more than ever before, more than any other time in your life and for eons of time on this planet, it's more important now than at any other time. If I told you that, would you do something about it? Would you give yourself the space and the time to connect with your own soul, with your spirit? If your life depended on it, would you? Or are you still too busy? Are you still too interested? Are you still not interested? And are you still too confused about what the whole thing is? Is it too woo-woo for you? Is it not really for me, but it's for other people, that's fine? Are you that kind of person? Are you the kind of person that thinks because you have crystals around you in your home that that's it? You are fully connected with your soul, inner directed, inner guided. Because there's levels and levels of this awakening and awareness, of course. Maybe you think it's all beyond you, there's just too much to learn, can't wrap my head around it. But these are very common excuses and reasons why people ignore that part of themselves. And as I say, even healers, psychics are only tapping into a small amount of their greatness. The thing is, your life absolutely does depend upon this now more than at any other time. It really, if you don't connect in with your soul now, you are at risk of losing connection with it. Even though I always say you're never truly disconnected, there are plans in place to make me wrong, to absolutely disconnect you. So in the future, maybe I can't say it in that way anymore. Without your soul, well, you are soulless. You're a soulless being. And that is not a good thing. That's not something to aspire to. And in this age, with all of the digital technology and the implants and the microchips and everything that they've got, and artificial intelligence, this becoming soulless, becoming disconnected is a very, very real threat. And they are banking on you not knowing that. Your disconnection from your soul, from your consciousness, leaves your body vacant and ripe for a takeover. Now, I know you probably can't fathom how that could possibly occur, but believe me, it can happen. I've seen how it happens, and it is happening, and we will see more and more of this. How can a human become a cyborg, you ask? Well, easy. Remove the consciousness or the soul. Implant digital transmitter receiver into the body, and then start downloading a new code into the body. So you've taken over the consciousness and you're now downloading a whole different thing. It's really no different than changing your browser that you use on your computer, downloading a whole new system so that the whole program runs differently. Downloading code and information via a pulse, via a frequency wave, via a pattern, via a sigil. We need to connect with pure code, the code that matches the purity of nature, the purity of your DNA from a pure source. We have to take care not to take things in that have been manipulated and changed it from its original form. So pure sound frequencies, pure, clean, organic food and water, pure light from the sun with its healing codes, connecting with nature and grounding through the organic earth. We must avoid toxins to the best of our ability because the toxins create an epigenetic effect on the body that lead us away from health. So, yeah, we have to become conscious of all of that. There is a lot to take in. It's a lot of responsibility to care for this vessel and this consciousness here on a planet that's hell-bent about causing destruction to the body, disconnecting the soul, and manipulating your genetic. There are specific genetics. Within our DNA, there's certain coding that they want to switch off and disconnect. They can do it. I saw a video of them reporting to the CIA that they have worked out how to manipulate the brain, the DNA, to switch off religious fundamentalism within a person. Now, that's connection with spirit. That's connection with God. These religious people believe that they're connecting with their God. And if scientists have learned how to switch that off, it's the same as switching off our consciousness. Think about it. So there's a lot for us to be aware of. Don't go into fear. Just take responsibility. It's about being accountable for your choices and your actions. And honestly, it's about being awake to a whole new level than you were before. But for many people, they can't be bothered. It's all too hard to educate themselves on these things, educate themselves on the pitfalls and the traps that are deliberately set and put in place in this matrix and specifically designed for our soul harvesting. I can't not say that anymore. I can't protect you if you're not aware of this, of what they want to do. I would try my best to tell you if you were about to drink poison. I would try my best to warn you and say, no, 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 no. You got to think about this. You got to look at this. You got to educate yourself. But if you choose to ignore the warning, what else can I do now? This is your choice now. So I'm telling you, they want your soul. They want the children, because the children don't know enough yet to protect themselves from all of these threats. That's why we, as adults and parents and concerned humans, we have to step up and protect the children. But they're coming for our soul too. They want full control of the consciousness and the DNA here. Now, I know this sounds scary. Please don't turn off this video, because I don't intend for this to be all doom and gloom. And I know that there is a lot out there that is scary and doom and gloom. It's been literally 20 years that I've been saying this, since I first connected with some higher consciousness that showed me, what's the agenda is and what's going to be going on. And to be honest, it took me some time to wrap my head around it. I didn't even dare to speak about this for a long while because I thought people would think I'd lost my mind. But it's playing out now very clearly for us all to see. So students in my class, even 15 years ago, thought that I was gone bonkers. But now they know I was right. I did lose my mind, in a sense. I lost my mind programming, and I lost my conditioning that was locking me into this matrix so that I couldn't see anything. So I lost that, happily, and I started to see through the illusion and to see into these higher dimensions. There were not many of us seeing it back then, but there are lots of people seeing it now, and still people choose to ignore it. There are still spiritual traps offered too. False light teachers and leaders, the astral temptations that we're kind of invited into and sometimes coerced into through the various techniques, plant medicine, so-called fake shamans. They can lead you into different places. It's all dressed up to look very inviting. It's like lipstick on a pig, though. You can't disguise what's really underneath, and some of us can see what's underneath. But really, I can't stress to you enough, the only way to go now is to go inwards, is to connect with your soul, your spirit. Release the emotional bindings that keep you stuck and unable to move on. Give up your attachments to this matrix. It's not the be-all and end-all, but that scares people. They go, if I give up everything in this matrix, what do I do? Do I, can I still earn money? Can I still live in a house? Do I have to run away into the country? That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to learn to see through the programs and the agendas that keep you locked here, keep you disempowered. There is so much that you're not seeing, that people are not seeing. When you're over-attached to the dramas that exist here, the dramas in your family, the drama on the news, the drama in the sitcoms, the dramas in politics, all of that is drama. There's a lot of drama going on here to keep you hooked in, to take you away from connecting with your own spirit, and because the truth comes through. When you connect with your own soul, with your spirit, with God, with the divine, with source, the universe, whatever word feels most comfortable for you in all of that. But when you connect with that higher power, that's when the truth comes through, and it allows you to see through all of the manipulation and the lies. When you align yourself to the truth vibration, it's very, very easy to see untruth. You feel it in your body. You know it instantly. It feels off. So, what can you do? Start a meditation or a prayer practice regularly. I'll put a link below. I've got a nice little calming meditation that you could use if you want to find something different or you're not used to it. I'll put that link there. You can have a go at that and see if you like it. But the point is, I'm asking you to see the truth by connecting to your own soul, to connect to the divine that is within you. So start working on your self-worth, on your belief in yourself. Start loving yourself, not in an indulgent, self-entitled way, but fall in love with your spirit, fall in love with your essence. The wonder that is you in your expansion, in your expanded consciousness. When you have this connection with your true self, well, you can begin to heal your wounding and the trauma that keeps you bound and stuck here. It's that trauma, and even when you drop your physical body, when you die, that wounding and that trauma and the drama that you're attached to here in the Matrix is what brings you right back in to the drama all over again. So we want to be healing that this time around. We want to be releasing that so that we're not bound back in here again. So that when our time comes and we leave, we can go to a more evolved place where we haven't got this manipulation and drama going on. So heal your wounding, do your shadow work, do some emotional healing work, and start letting go of the fear of what might come next for you. Some people, they want to change their life, but they're scared to change their life because they don't know what the next thing will look like. The truth is, to be honest, that we are in for some rocky times here on this planet. We are in a battle. It is a battle. It's the forces of good and evil. I personally believe that the good wins. Some people have said, no, the whole thing just collapses and it's like a slaughter of everybody. That's not my belief. That's not what I've been shown. I can only go on what I believe and what my experience has shown me. However, I do think that alignment with our soul and spirit is very, very important. We have to have this connection with the divine that is within us, because that is our alignment, and that's our ticket out of here, to be honest. Once we've cleared the wounding and we've got this connection good and strong with our spirit, the divine, that's the ticket out of here. In the fullness of time, I'm not saying, heal your emotional stuff and then you leave. It's not that at all. But that emotional heavy stuff is what keeps us locked into the drama of this matrix. We can experience more beauty when we heal that wounding. So if we are not connected with our soul, with our spirit, then I do believe things will be more challenging for you in the very near future. This is coming real quick now. I'm not talking 20 years ahead anymore, or 15. I'm talking imminent. And this is why it's more important than at any other time that you connect with your spirit and you move yourself away from all the matrix stuff so that you can think you have space for your consciousness to come in. Our connection with Source brings us peace. It's a vibration of love, and there's safety in that. When we're listening to our spirit, we are internally guided and we make good decisions and we're protected. Our soul is precious. It will be protected if we listen within and we make the choices that are guided by our heart. And should the worst come to the worst, and it's time to leave the planet, then we want to go home to source with all of our parts intact and complete, with our soul essence intact and complete. And that's why we do the inner work. That's why it's so important to have that connection with your spirit, with your soul. And you know, honestly, you can't delay this anymore. It's imperative now that you do this and that you pay attention to what's going on around you. So you can see what's happening on the physical level. You know, we've had lockdowns and the money thing and the politics thing. I'm asking you to up level into now your spirit consciousness level of awareness. I don't want you to lose yourself in the many temptations that are laid out before you here in this matrix, because that's deliberate. That's deliberately put there to take you away from your spirit. So come on, it's time now to reclaim your connection with your spirit, to reclaim your power. I've been saying this for ages, actually. What will it take for you to commit to yourself, to your soul, to your evolution as a conscious spiritual being, albeit in a human body? However, with very precious genetic DNA coding. And of course, if you would like my help to get aligned, to work out what your next steps should be so that you can remove yourself from the matrix, so that you can understand more about this level of your consciousness, DM me, because I do private sessions, I've got courses, all sorts of things designed to help you take your power and really, you know, unlock all that you truly are. So my next course that's coming up starts the 12th of October. It is called Worthy and Wealthy Woman. This is about going deep to heal some of your childhood wounds and where you became disempowered, so that we can unlock all of that, release you from that, so that you can step into your power, step into alignment with your soul, really activate your essence of all that you truly are. And that's something that I'm very passionate about helping people with. I talk about it all the time. I do my sessions with clients and my groups. It's my whole reason for being. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If it's been useful to you, please share it with a friend that you think could also benefit from what I've said. Make sure you like and subscribe, because we have to work with the algorithms within this matrix, right? I can do that because my message is important. And if I can share this, or you can help me share this video with more people wake up. We can unlock this power within us, and that's how we override the matrix. So we do have to do a little bit of a tiptoe with them at some points to get our message of truth out. I think you understand where I'm coming from with that. So I hope it's been useful to you. I look forward to talking with you again next week. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.